Now, the Council of Zongo Chiefs within the Nima and Mamobi communities are demanding the immediate operationalization of an abandoned police post within that area. This is part of a raft of measures they say will sustainably deal with the emerging gang clashes there. The post, which was erected by the Municipal Assembly to maintain law and order within the community over a year ago, never got to be operationalized. We have details of a meeting between the chiefs and a high-powered police delegation earlier today. First, though, my colleague Manuel Cranting went back to scenes of Tuesday's clash where trading activities are beginning to pick up again.
Currently, there's still pretty much a heavy police deployment here. In fact, in just the past couple of minutes, we've seen the police officers do a stop and search over here. And we can see in your shot currently as some of the police officers stop and address some of the gentlemen over there. All of this, we're told, is in reference to the police heightened visibility and alertness on the ground. We're told that in just the past 24 hours, there have been 2 additional arrests from the 7 that were told earlier on Tuesday night. What is a different feature that we're seeing this morning also is that a lot of the vendors are now actually, they've packed their stuff and they are selling. In fact,
I'm confidence because me Kuman told me I'm really confident here, so I don't have any problem.
So yesterday a lot of you did not come to work. It was because you were scared of what?
Yeah, because of the issue. That's why we couldn't come yesterday. Yeah.
So are you expecting that the police will continue being here even as they continue?
If only they will be here, we will be always be happy. Because
them to be here always.
Let me speak to this woman who is also here. Madam, just speak to me. You seem to have a lot of confidence in the presence of the police here.
Yes, I'm very confident. I want them to be here because the way their boys are behaving is not happy. We are not happy about it at all. So we need police confidence here.
Okay, but tell me, they say that they are looking for more information from residents in the community. Are you willing to provide any information to the police?
Oh no, even though I'm not staying here, I live here, I'm now at Medina, but I have a relative here. So the way they are doing at my gutter here, we don't like it. And we've seen that they've put in some container here that they want to bring police station here. Up to now, they didn't hear anything about them, they didn't say anything. But still, we want the police station to be here so that maybe when they see police people here, they be.
Tonight, the chiefs and opinion leaders have backed the calls for the operationalization of the police post in that area. Moro Baba Isa is the chairman of the Ayawaso Council of Zongo Chiefs.
Previously, the Ayawaso Council of Zongo Chiefs appealed to the Ayawaso North Municipal Assembly to set up a police post at Bakingota. It is on record. The Ayawaso Municipal Assembly complied and set up a police post, but for whatever reason, it has never been operational. The structure is there, but not operational. We came about this decision to get this police post in place because we realized that is the point. That's the point where a lot of unhappy situations happen. That's why we made appeal to the municipal chief executive of Ayawaso North to erect a post where policemen will be there 24 hours to help prevent the situation. In everything, we have what we call first aid. What you saw there is an immediate intervention. And subsequently, the municipal chief executive had a plan, which I know, to expand the place. But because of what happened, if the police are there, even 2 policemen, they will help to solve this problem. Whether a container or not, we know we see the policemen, they are errant, where they operate in so many places. But this was to be an intervention immediate to be able to address the issue.
But the police says this request may not be granted, even though it hints of increased patrols in the area. It insists it cannot accept the current setting of the police post. ACP Kwesi Ofori is Director General of Public Affairs at the Ghana Police Service.
Regarding the police post, it was thoroughly discussed. And when you look at the sitting of the police post, is on a major gutter where flood normally takes place within that community. And two, they're looking at the architecture, weight, and the container, taking into consideration our climate and the way it was designed and its closeness to the road will not offer a lot of goodness. But Accra have been zoned into operational zones, and police patrols, as you witness, are all over the city. And that place have also been taken care of in terms of police presence and visibility. And even the kind of personnel that we bring have that force, capability, and strength to deal with it. And then you look at the distance from the Nima police station to the container base. You look at the distance from there to Kotobabi. You look at the distance to other nearby police stations at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. It means that place is going to be a major operational zone where we operate from, with our armed units, special units patrolling those areas and making sure that police authority prevails on the ground. Go back there yourself, do your homework, and report at it.
We can now bring in Ben Abdallah, who is coordinator of the Zongo Development Fund, on Zoom for more on this. You were in that meeting with the police and the chiefs. This matter of the sitting of the police post came up. How was it resolved?
Yes, the police, to my understanding, from the discussions that we had, did not say that they will not be interested in a police post. But what they said they didn't like was the container that was placed there as a police post, because they said that the container, sitting in the container, will make them uncomfortable because sanitation-wise, it's not advisable. So what one of them suggested rather was that they should rather prefer more police presence. So which means that the police should rather patrol in the vicinity, because the vicinity is a bigger vicinity. I mean, it's a big vicinity, or it's a big territory. If we were to station a police post at one particular place and having to station police personnel at one particular place, if an activity or a criminal activity is happening further than where the police post is, then how do you expect the police personnel to be able to move in there and preempt that criminal activity? That is a suggestion that came from one of them. So I don't think that they said that they would not prefer a permanent police post to befitting the status of the police. That I don't think that's what they said. But I would want to say that if we have the two operating at the same time, I think it will go a long way to salvage the situation. That is to say that if we have a police post there and at the same time we have police personnel patrolling the area, I think that putting the two together is going to do the trick. And in the course of the discussions, one of the police personnel suggested that let's also have more cameras stationed at certain vantage points, especially where these criminal activities are known to be taking place, so that if anything goes on there, a camera will be there to capture whoever is there and whatever criminal activity that person intends to perpetrate or that person is perpetrating. So I think that in a nutshell, this is what was said around the issue of the police posts.
But a key matter which has come up on the gangsterism we saw is the fact that a lot of the youth are not properly engaged. I mean, what does this mean? That the fund is not doing enough?
The fund was brought into being sometime in 2018, and this youth employment has been with us since independence. But the fund, I would say the Zongo Development Fund, and the Zongo Development Ministry then, from 2017 till now, a lot of training activities have been done for some of the Zongo youths across the length and breadth of the Zongo communities. If I remember correctly, or if my memory serves me right, about 6,000 to 7,000 Zongo youth have been trained. I'm not saying that this is enough. This is not enough, because if you look at the statistics, in every town, in every village, in every hamlet, we have a Zongo. So we have more than 3,000 Zongo communities scattered across the length and breadth of this country. So we have more than 6,000 Zongo youths within the Zongos. But the fund is doing the best it possibly can to ensure that the issue of or the rate of unemployment within the Zongos is less. So this year, for instance, again, the Zongo Development Fund and the Zongo Development Secretariat, of which I'm the head, will also roll out the same skills development and skills training programs, whereby Zongo youth will be engaged in so many vocational activities. So this is intended to equip them with skills so that they can on their own set themselves up in business and their own businesses. Because if you have a person from the Zongo engaged or going to school, there wouldn't be any reason why such a person, once he's engaged or the person is schooling, will get up and say that he's going to commit a criminal activity. Even if he's invited to join a gang group, I don't think that person will be motivated enough to say that I'm going to join. So it is a problem that has been with us. Employment problem is a problem that has been with us, but it is something that is being sorted out on a gradual basis. If you put even Zongo Development Fund aside, there are other institutions and governmental institutions whereby many skills development and skills training programs are rolled out. If you take any ministry, go to Ministry for Youth and Sports, you find an agency or agencies rolling out programs. For instance, Youth Employment Agency. In the budget, for instance, there are a number of programs that they will roll out. If you go to NIP, there are a number of programs that they will roll out. If you go to Ghana Enterprise Agency, there are a number of programs that they roll out. So if you take a closer look at all these interventions in the 2022 budget, what I will advise is that graduates and youth who are unemployed and want to have some skills and want to have themselves equipped with skills and want to have some work to do, they should take advantage of all these interventions and get themselves equipped, and at the end of the day, get some work doing. If we do that, I think that some of these disturbances that we are witnessing will be a thing of the past. And in the course of the discussion, I think that I also spoke about the fact that the issue that we are discussing in relation to Mamobi and Nima is far bigger than what we are seeing. Because if you move into any Zongo, for instance, you realize that there is a base, or there are bases, where youths between the ages of 10, 15, 20 congregate and engage in all kinds of criminal activities. Though there are some bases where youth congregate, they drink attire and they do all kinds of legitimate things. These are not the bases that we are talking about. But there are other bases that a lot of us are aware of. These youth, they are within the Zongo communities. They are our children, they are our nieces, they are our nephews. We know them. So we can easily fish them out. So in the course of the discussions, it was suggested that these bases have to be broken. So somebody also suggested that we should the police service should try and extend their tentacles beyond Nima and Mamobi and move into other areas where you may have some of these bases where youth between the ages of 10 and 20 congregate and engage themselves in all kinds of criminal activities, because these youth are the future leaders of this country. So if we have a number of youth engaged in this kinds of criminal activities, I mean,
it is certainly worrying. It's worrying, and something must be done. I'm grateful for your time, Ben Abdallah. He is coordinator of the Zongo Development Fund.